defeating Watford by 2-0 at Anfield. It wasn't the most vintage Liverpool performance you'll ever see, but at this stage of the season, 30 games in, I don't think many of us really care as long as we get the result. Right now, it is over to Manchester City. They have a game against Burnley. Let's see what they can do. I'm going to go through, ask you guys for your Anfield Agenda Man of the Match. Connor will put that poll up in the live chat really soon, and I will go through and do my player ratings as well. But before I get stuck into that, before I give you my take on the game, just want to say a massive shout out and thank you to our sponsor today of all of our content, which is of course the OneFootball app. You can download the OneFootball app entirely free from the link in the description. Doesn't matter if you're an Android user, if you're an iOS user, they've got you covered. That link will bring you to a landing page where you can download it entirely free of charge. Best football app on the planet. And if you look at it right now, it'll show you Liverpool on top of the Premier League table. And who doesn't love to see Liverpool on top of the Premier League table? So yes, thank you to our friends at the OneFootball app. Right, ladies and gentlemen, loads to get through. Firstly, let me just say thank you to everyone that joined us for the watch along. I really appreciate your support. And I know who my Anfield Agenda Man of the Match is, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys as always in the chat to figure it out. Connor's looking for some suggestions for Man of the Match. I would say off the top of my head, Connor, Jota, Gomez, Thiago. I mean, look, there'll be a few options there, but that'll be the three off the top of my head I would think of. Really quickly, I'm just going to give you my thoughts on the game before I go through my player ratings. It wasn't vintage, as I said, but it was another clean sheet, and I'm never going to complain once we keep keeping clean sheets, because I'll always back us to score a goal or two. And by the way, can I just say, if you haven't seen the goals yet today, the first one was, you would have swore it was a Trent ball in, it was that good from Joe Gomez. Beautiful delivery, and Diogo Jota does what he does only too well, which is get in there, put his head in where it hurts, get there ahead of Ben Foster and head it home to give us a lead. Watford had chances just before we scored. Alisson made an absolutely phenomenal one-on-one save again, which Alisson Becker does so often, and it needs to be spoken about because he's the best in the world at it, in my opinion. And that save then led us up the other end of the pitch, which of course ended in Joe Gomez playing a wonderful ball into Jota, who scored another headed goal for Liverpool. I don't know how many that is off the top of my head, but a lot. Brings him to 14 league goals, I think, for the season, second in the goal scoring charts behind Mohamed Salah. But look, really quickly, before we ask you for your man of the match, and the poll is up there, so please feel free to vote away. Your options on the Anfield Agenda man of the match poll are Joe Gomez, Thiago, Diogo Jota, or other. I think it's going to be one of those three, in fairness, but I'll leave it up to you guys to pick. For me, let's run through the player ratings really quickly. Alisson, well, he gets a big dirty 8 from me. A big fantastically well achieved 8 because he didn't put a foot wrong. The only slight tweak, and it isn't even a tweak because he didn't do it wrong, ball got caught under his feet once, but he still got the ball away, still cleared it, all good, and he made that really important save. Watford, the only other chance I can think of off the top of my head was a very good ball from Ismail Assar played back to the Watford number 10, and he pulled a shot just wide of Alisson Becker's left-hand post. But other than that, it was a fairly comfortable afternoon, so an A for Alisson. Right-hand side, Joe Gomez. I have been somebody who's certainly spoken about games where Joe Gomez hasn't played well and spoken out about it, and today I'm very happy to say that I thought Joe Gomez was exceptional. I thought he played really, really well at right back, both defensively and offensively. The only real critique I have is one crossfield pass that was intercepted, but look, when you play the way we do, that happens occasionally when you're trying to play on the front foot. But his crosses were fantastic today, and I think he filled in for Trent admirably, and that will do Joe Gomez confidence no harm whatsoever. A solid 8.5 for me from Joe. Moving into the left-hand side, Andy Robertson. It was a good display from Robbo, as it always is, because you know what you get from him. You get 100% effort, you get closing down, you get his burst forward. But I say it often and I repeat it, I'd like to see him go around the outside on a couple more times. And look, I know why he doesn't do it as much. If you give it away, you're out of position, it's harder to track back. But I feel like sometimes when we're crossing the ball in front of teams, it's too easy to defend against them. We've seen from Joe Gomez's ball in for Jota, if you can play it in behind into that corridor of uncertainty between the defenders and the keeper, gives you a much better chance when you try and turn the Watford player. So Robbo, I'm going to give him a 7. He'll have better games, but he was still steady enough. Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk, again, two excellent displays from both our centre-backs who are having a very good season, and what a partnership they've provided. I'm going to give both of them a 7.5 out of 10. I thought they were as good as can be. Moving into midfield then, and this is where I suppose I get a bit more picky. Thiago, 7.5. Very good performance by Thiago. Impressive both from a defensive perspective and of course getting us onto the front foot. I can think of one pass there in the first half that was delicious that he whipped in to, I think, Diogo Jota, if my memory is correct. Got to give him a 7.5. Henderson, yeah, it wasn't Endo's best game. It wasn't. And anyone who says it was, I just think is lying. It wasn't his best game. But it doesn't matter. We won and we kept a clean sheet. And he'll have better games. And hopefully he's a better game on Tuesday. But if I gave him anything above a 6, I don't think I'd be fair. And I don't think he was that good. So 6 for Jordan Henderson. Curtis Jones, definitely the worst player in a Liverpool jersey today. And that's okay. You know, Jones has to learn from these as he matures as a footballer. He has to stop taking on unnecessary shots from the edge of the box. He did it twice today, and they didn't even work the keeper. Didn't even get near to working the keeper. And I've no doubt, look, Curtis Jones is an intelligent young man. He'll know he didn't play his best today, and he knows that he's going through maybe his first real sticky patch in his Liverpool career, and I back him to come through it. But today, a 5 for me. He wasn't great at all. So 5 for Curtis Jones. Moving into the front three, Mohamed Salah, not great. Again, a 6 for Mo, and I don't know, I'm not even going to try and sugarcoat it. He just wasn't good today. Understandable with the amount of football he's played. Understandable with, you know, the heartbreak of missing out on the World Cup after the AFCON situation. And look, Mo will come back and Mo will improve and Mo will have many more great days for the football club. But today wasn't one of them, unfortunately. But, you know, if he's got to have an off day or an off period, as long as we keep winning, you know, that's what it's for. He can't always take the burden and the shoulder of the responsibility. So, you know, he'll come back and he'll have better days. Firmino, look, I like Firmino. I love Firmino. And today I thought was a very good example of what Bobby Firmino does very well for Liverpool, which is defending from the front. And it doesn't get spoken about enough. And I'm going to keep banging on about it because, to me, he is the perfect foil, the perfect false nine, the perfect player to lead our front line. He might not be the most prolific, but I don't think that's his job in our team. I think his job is to be a creator, a link-up player, a distraction, a pain in the arse for opposition defenders. And I thought he did that magnificently well today. So give Bobby Firmino an 8 out of 10. Diogo Jota, we'll get an extra half a point for his goal. Always lively. You know, I could see him dropping out to that left-hand side and linking up with Bobby Firmino, with Thiago, with Robbo on multiple occasions. Got himself a lovely goal. A very typical Diogo Jota Liverpool goal as well. Right in ahead of the keeper, putting his head in where it hurts, and got himself a wonderful goal. So I'll give a 7.5 for Diogo Jota. Yeah, look, if you want me to really fly through the substitutes quickly, Fabinho gets a good 8 when he came on because he did Fabinho things, which was stopping counter-attacks, winning the ball back for us, and laying it off for the more creative players to do what they do. And of course stepped up with a very, very good penalty as well. Keeper went the right way, but he did that thing where he just got it high enough that the margin of error was there. Once you get it on target, you lift it above waist height, there's a good chance you're going to score, and he did that, and his penalty taken's phenomenal. And I said it in the watch along, I'll repeat it again. How good are we at taking penalties? Fabinho, excellent. Milner, excellent. Sadio, excellent. Mohamed Salah, excellent. Trent could take them, no doubt. Yeah, we've a good selection of penalty takers, so all good. Who else came on as a substitute today? Fabinho we've done. Sadio Mane came on. You know, he was involved in quite a bit when he came on, Sadio Mane. Again, didn't get himself a goal. Had a half chance where Diogo Jota pulled it back to him, but Watford blocked it well. Watford defended well at times today, particularly deep under their own crossbar in their own 6-yard box. Sadio Mane, look, give him a solid 7 for the few minutes he got run out. And look, James Milner, it's impossible to give a score to a man who was on the pitch for 2 minutes, so let's just give him a 7 because he's James Milner. And I feel bad for him because 30 seconds later and he might have been on the score sheet with the penalty. But it was Fabinho's day and Diogo Jota's day, and Liverpool get the 3 points, and that is all that is important at this point of the season, is putting the pressure back solely onto the shoulders of Pep Guardiola, Manchester City and Abu Dhabi FC. Let's see what they can do now against Sean Dyche's Burnley. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not holding out much hope, but, you know, you never know. Maybe the pressure will get to them. Right, let's see how the man of the match poll is getting along. We've got nearly 500 votes in it, and right now, Thiago is leading the Anfield Agenda man of the match poll, which surprises me a little bit, but look, Thiago had a great display today. Maybe I'm being a little bit biased in my own thoughts here, but look, you guys are looking like Thiago, but we'll leave it run for another minute or two. Don't forget, in 5 minutes' time, maybe a little bit longer, I'm going to be joined by Mr. Paddy Murphy and Kyle from Nothing But Reds as well. Looking forward to hearing what the guys have to say about today's game. Right, what else have we got? Rabadan, thank you for the super chat. Said, please, Burnley, if Palace can, you can, maybe. And look, really important to point out here, Burnley have a lot to play for. They are fighting for their own survival in the Premier League, and they're in front of their own fans. And look, maybe I'm being a bit wishful thinking here, but you never know. You never know. You know, sometimes the Premier League throws up crazy results, and I hope to God, that today's one of those days. But if not, well, we know what we have to do next weekend against Manchester City. Burnley can't afford to bend over for City today, said GSC. Am I doing a watch long for the City game? No, I won't be able to because I'll still be doing content on here, Jake. But I will be on Twitch at 5 o'clock. I'll be doing the United Leicester game on there. If anyone wants to come across and join me, please do. We're looking to build up, obviously, our watch-alongs on Twitch as well. For the Liverpool game on Tuesday, we will be on Twitch for that game against Benfica. Of course, a reminder, Twitch is free to everybody to come across and join us on as well. Yeah, look, 2-0, clean sheet. All in all, a happy performance today for me. Not great, not vintage, but at this stage of the season, 30 games in, we're sitting at top of the table. Yeah, they have a game in hand, but I don't care. We're top of the table. We've turned over a 14-point lead right now that Manchester City had over us, and we're fighting for the league title. And I love it. And I'm proud of these guys. I'm immensely proud of them. Whatever happens, I'm so proud of this group because they didn't let their heads drop all season. And to come back from the massive disappointment of last season, because make no mistake about it, these guys hold themselves to the highest of standards. And yes, we got Champions League football, but they'll know. They want to answer the critics from last season, and they're doing it this season, and they're doing it remarkably well. One trophy in the cabinet already. Another FA Cup semi-final coming up against Manchester City. Champions League quarter-final on Tuesday against Benfica. And then the run into the Premier League campaign. So everything, literally everything, still to play for this season. And can we as fans ask for much more than that coming into April? No. Because you know what? We've all remember the times where we've been in April and we've had no trophies left to play for and you're pushing for a Champions League spot. But right now, it's unprecedented times, my friends. Take it all in, enjoy it, savour it, because what we're seeing now from Liverpool and from Abu Dhabi FC are standards of football that are quite simply just phenomenal and an unprecedented will to win. And another season where it looks like the Premier League title will be decided with more than 90 points. So yeah, look, bring it on. I love it. I just hope that we all have a few more moments of celebration to come. Can we get a whoo, Craig? Right, I'm going to try my best. Cover your ears. There's your warning. We haven't done a Ric Flair woo in a while, so 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah, we can. I might have pulled a muscle in my shoulder there, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I feel like we needed a bit of a whoo, bit of a release, because look, 75 minutes into that game, I was a bit nervous still. You know, Watford had a great chance to equalise. They missed it. And we do what good teams do, which is capitalise on those missed opportunities and punish teams. Shout out to VAR, by the way. I've been critical of it in the past, and I will no doubt be critical of it in the future. But the referee today, I thought the referee did magnificently well in that game. Not just because of the penalty incident, which of course he was called over to have a look at by VAR, but I thought he reffed the game really well. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm over the moon with the win, and I feel like, and look, this is a bit simplistic of me, and people are going to think I'm an arrogant arsehole, but you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't. I feel like we're fighting a good fight as Liverpool, and we're trying to win this league the right way. We're trying to win this league within our own means. We're trying to win this league playing within the rules and not bending the rules. And I feel like we don't get enough credit for keeping the Premier League honest. Because if it wasn't for Liverpool, if it wasn't for Klopp, if it wasn't for this group of players, if it wasn't for our owners, all the staff, the fans, this will be a cakewalk for Manchester City because nobody else is putting up a fight. Nobody else has been clever enough to do what Liverpool have done and keeping pace with Manchester City, who have an endless pit of money and endless sponsorship deals that keep coming in, and we're supposed to believe that they're the most wealthy money creating football club in the world, and I don't buy it for a minute, but to be going pace with them, to be matching them and their endless resources, so proud, so proud. And I hope that any football fan out there that's a neutral, that really cares about the game, I hope that they look within themselves and think, you know what, if Liverpool win this league, fair play to them, because they've done it the right way. Look, I know we're not a penny in this club. I know we're by no means paupers, but we are playing within our means. We are playing within the rules. And I think we need more credit for that. I really do. I don't get anybody who doesn't want Liverpool to win the league and wants City to win it. I don't care. You're disrespecting the game in my eyes, because we're doing it the right way. We've built sustainably. We've built from the ground up, and we've done it within our means and within the rules. And I don't give a fuck. I hate Manchester City in their current guise. I hate them. I've no respect for them, none. And the more I find out about what's going on at Manchester City, the more respect from goes out the window. So I hope to God we win this league title. I hope to God City don't win a Champions League. And I hope to God that the neutrals out there are cheering us on. Because I promise you, if this was anybody else going up against City, I'd want them to pip City to the title, because they are a pest of a football club. Them and PSG are destroying the game in my eyes, and I hope that they both get what they deserve, which is fucking years of misery. So, fuck them. That's my take. I don't care. Hate me, call me whatever. I don't care. It's my take, and football to me is more important. We all came together for the Super League. We all condemned the greediness. We need to call out more shit. And today, we did our job. Let's see if City can do theirs. So look, I don't want to go full on Kevin Keegan here and say I love it if we beat them, but I'd love it if we beat them. I would. I'd love Bernardo Silva to be moaning his arse off and De Bruyne to be in tears and Guardiola to be losing his shit at the referee, and let's see what next weekend has in store for us. But I can't say this clearly enough. Fuck Manchester City. Hate me. Don't care. That's how I feel. Right, look, I'm going to bring this stream to a close. I'll be back in 2 minutes with Mr. Paddy Murphy and Kyle from Nothing But Reds. Massive thank you again to our sponsors, the all-conquering OneFootball app. Download it entirely free in the link below. And yeah, we've won over the City. Let's see what you've got. Talk to you guys in